We are here with Regional Chairman for Region 1, Mr. Brentnol Ashley, and he's going to give his thoughts on the developmental projects that Region 1 has experienced since this government took office. Mr. Ashley.
Thank you for having me. Good morning. Well, Region 1 over the last 4 years have seen exceptional transformation and development in literally all of our villages and communities across the region. Since government has not only indicated the investment they want to make, but they would have actually made those investments, such as into the road infrastructures in all three of our sub-regions. Communities are being transformed infrastructurally. Like for instance, Matthews Ridge is one of the communities which the previous government paid no interest in, even though that at the time it was one of that government's main support base. Since taking office, the People's Progressive Party civic government would have ensured that there is a drastic transformation of that infrastructure landscape, where that community now benefits and continues to benefit from proper road infrastructure, that is the rigid concrete surface roads. Right. The same thing is being done as I speak in Port Kaituma, and other areas are slated to benefit from that. In the Mabruma sub-region, currently there are constructions ongoing of road networks across the region, and then there are some slated to start in a short period of time from now. In Maruka, the same thing is happening, and not only the main thoroughfares are being looked at, but the internal road networks within our communities are being looked at, because there is a commitment by our government to ensure that by 2025, for instance, from Mabaruma to Wangna would have proper rigid concrete road surface, providing that kind of ease in the traversing of people and also transportation networks.
Awesome.
In the area of education, we have been able to have the development of education in infrastructure as well. There's currently 5 new secondary schools being built in Region 1, 2 in Maruka, we have 1 in Matakai and 2 in Mabaruma, which will see the achieving of universal secondary education, because the children who are from the far-flung areas will now have an opportunity to attend a secondary school proper, which will be outfitted with the necessary amenities such as dormitory, on-campus teachers and so forth, which will help to boost the secondary education program delivery across the region. We are also in about 90+% coverage as relates to trained teachers, something that has never been in existence before the People's Progressive Party government taking office over the last 4 years. And so we're pushing an agenda that as early as possible to have full complement of trained teachers in all of our schools, whether it be nursery, primary, or secondary schools. There are other programs that are being rolled out currently that government has invested in. One such program is to ensuring that there are sufficient textbooks and exercise books and teaching materials, because the cash grant that is provided to the school, where teachers are now able within their school environment to purchase the necessary materials for teaching the kids at school, that is being utilized, and what that is geared at is to improve the results within the region. Right. This is the first time in a long time that Region 1 this year would have been able to have a pupil in the top 1% in the country, and more so that pupil gaining Queen's College. So we are very elated to have such kinds of results, and we are pushing the agenda to even improve that in the coming year. And so that is something that we are all proud of when it comes to education. Even though that there are challenges, we are working with our teachers, we're working with the Department of Education and all our stakeholders to see how best we can improve that, whether it's the provision of transportation for children to get to school. For instance, this new academic year, we'll see the rollout of the hot meal program in the secondary schools in the region. And that is a plus. That is the kind of development that will allow children to come to school more regularly.
Right.
We had a lot of absenteeism problems. We still do have a little bit, but prior to the reintroduction of the Because We Care cash grant, many of our schools did not see the kind of attendance that we're seeing today, which would have caused overcrowding to schools. And so now we are on a mission to ensure that schools are extended, that they are built, so that we can cater for all these children who are now seeing an interest, or the parents who are placing that emphasis to get their children to school to get an education. With the Gold Scholarship now being provided in the region, also is allowing many of our people to be able to access tertiary education via online. And with the rolling out of the high-speed internet connectivity that is ongoing right now across Region 1, you're seeing more persons opting to get into the Gold Scholarship program.
Yes.
Because as you might be aware, the Gold Scholarship program is recognized, and after completing, that allows you for employment, it allows you for promotion, and all of that goes with it. So that again is a plus as it relates to our development. And education is the important factor, or the important pillar to any society's greater advancement and development, and our government has placed that emphasis there and continues to do so. In area of health, we are currently preparing for the construction of a modern state-of-the-art hospital in Santa Rosa, Maruca. The land has already been lotted out. Also, they are in the preparation stage to start constructing. But what is most noteworthy is that prior to the last 4 years, places like Comaka District Hospital, that now has an operating theater, that have laboratory services, etc., never had that existing before. Mabaruma, for instance, now have a sign surgeon that is stationed there in Mabaruma. So before the PPP came out of office in 2015, we had surgeries that were done every other month. Bi-monthly surgeries were done. During the tenure of the last government, that was discontinued. But with the return of the PPP into government, we see that no longer are we having bi-monthly surgery, but we have an available surgeon, general surgeon, we have a gynecologist, we have all these necessary specialists that will help to improve the delivery of primary health care at our facilities. We currently have the telemedicine program, which is the technology being used that, for instance, a community health worker who may be faced with a certain patient with a case that they don't understand can now, through the technologies that are available, reach out to any physician across the world, not only in Guyana, that will allow them to assess the patient and to provide a diagnosis and an eventual treatment of that patient right in their home and community. And these are geared at to assist or to provide those primary health care services to the far-flung communities across Region 1. So we have already done a number of those in several communities, and then there are a number of communities before the end of the year that will benefit, and next year the remainder will benefit as well. So we're changing, for instance, Whitewater, that has a health post that this year will be transformed into a polyclinic. And we're hoping by next year, once it goes as planned, we can even see that probably becoming a cottage hospital for that particular community. By December too, we are going to see communities that where we can't have a doctor go, we have a medic assigned.
Well, all right, awesome work. Thank you so much, Mr. Ashley. We just heard from the regional chairman of Region 1. Stay tuned right here in NCN for more updates.